Okay. I've been playing around a lot with the 24s. The last session I did was double 24 kilo snatch. The last double kettlebell session I did was double 24 kilo snatch. So, to kick off the new week, I'm going to do double 18s, but it's going to be long cycle snatch, which I have never done before, but it is a lift that I've wanted to try out. So what you do, it's going to be double, I think I said that, but you do your long cycle, your clean and jerk, and then you just throw on a fucking snatch. Half snatch. Because, like, why wouldn't you? Right? So, it's not like the snatch jerk, because we're still doing the clean. So, it's a full clean and jerk into half snatch. Demonstrate with one bell. So clean, jerk, interesting lift. The goal here is 4 reps every minute for 30 minutes. I set the timer for a 5-minute warm-up, but I don't really think I needed that much time, evidently. I was initially going to do an hour of clean and press and swings, alternating every minute, but this sounded more fun. I'll get to that one at some point. Main focus is still the snatch. One. 2, 3, 4. I know I said 4, but that felt kind of easy, surprisingly. One. 2. 3. 4. 5. I'm gonna do 5 reps till I can't sustain it. Shit. That's 2. Yeah, it can be a little difficult to keep track of it. One. 2. 3. 4. 1 thing about this, the grip fatigue really builds up a lot quicker. Like I'm feeling it in the left arm a lot right now. One. 2. 3. 4. 5. Now, I don't think this is particularly good if you're trying to train for either of these lifts. I would think of this as like a little challenge. One. 2. 3. 4. 5. Yeah, like it's basically just a fun challenge. Fun if you like really hard exercise. One. 2. 3. 4. 5. One. 2. 3. 4. 5. I don't know how many rounds I've done. Almost 10. I got one more. We're to 9. One. 2. 3. 4. 5. So that's 50 each. One. 3. 5. like, the cardio strain is there, but it's more so the grip. I feel like just doing 10 snatches or 10 clean jerks is gonna be harder. One, two, three, four, five. Like, this lift has a nice flow to it. Like, it's harder than the snatch jerk. One, two, three, four, five. That's 4 rounds in, or rather 14 rounds, I guess. So it looks like I'll be able to do this for at least 20 minutes. One, two, three, four, five. I suppose another thing you could do is clean and press snatch. That was round 4 of the second set. One, two, three, four, five. Again, not bad. 5 more rounds. That'll be 100 snatches and 100 clean and jerk in 20 minutes. I'm gonna try them separately just to see how that feels. I think maybe it was a little easier. Cognitively, it's a little easier. One, two, three, four, so it takes about 40 seconds. This is not as hard as when I've done 20 minutes at 10 on the long cycle, or even 20 minutes at 10 on the snatch. Two, whoops, three, four, this is like doing snatch jerk for 30 minutes. It is really good if you want to challenge your grip though. One, two, three, four, got two more. One, two, three, four, five. Now don't get me wrong, this is tough, but it's not the toughest 20-minute session I've ever done. That belongs to the long cycle at 10. One, two, three, four, five. All right. So that's 20 rounds. It's 100 reps each. of the clean, the jerk, and the snatch. So my left arm, the grip, kind of gone. Got that pain up in here on both arms. So like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie and say it ain't hard, because it is. But I don't feel like I'm gonna kill over. I do kind of feel like I might drop the bells though. So yeah, all in all, I would say that regular long cycle done for 8+ reps a minute and regular snatch are both a little challenging. And then obviously if you do the snatch at 15 reps a minute, that's even harder. I did that the other day, 10 minutes, 150 reps in 10 minutes. I think I uploaded that. Like I think I recorded that. That was done last week. But yeah, cardio wise, that's all right. But I don't think it's worth the amount of stress in grip in the forearms. Unless your goal is to try to build that up. In which case, have at it. Go a little slower with it. Like don't try to beat the clock like I'm doing. So just do like your clean, hold it for a second. Here, like I'll demonstrate. Because like I said, I'm not that tired cardio wise. It's more like my grip's kind of, but I'll show. Clean, rack, take a breath or two, up, down, kind of do it like that. Pace it if you want to work your grip and build that up, and then use heavier weights because it will absolutely tax the shit out of your grip. It'll blow your forearm. My forearm is pumped. You can't really tell because camera and shadow, but like trust me, forearm pump is real when you do this. So it's a neat lift. I haven't seen too many people do this. But this is a fun little one to start the fresh week of training off. Because I took yesterday off. So today is Sunday. We'll start the training week on a Sunday this week. Usually I take Sunday off, but I had something going on yesterday. And then Monday normally it's Monday through Saturday. But this week it's going to be Sunday through Friday, and then, well, Sunday through Saturday, and then I'll take next Sunday off. That's a better way to do it. Oh, you know, this concept works even better with one bell, because look how that just feeds right into it. That's 5. Yeah, so if you want to train the grip strength, do single bell, and you can just drop that kettlebell down like that. Instead of worrying about half snatch. And it feeds right into your clean. If you want to train this for grip strength and grip endurance, that's the best way to do it. I can't believe I didn't think of that. And actually going forward, I might include this once a week just to work on grip strength or grip endurance, because that is much better than doubles. Because you just clean into your jerk, then you drop it, you go to your snatch. You can snatch normally, so you don't have to half snatch. You drop it, that hits the grip again, and it feeds right into the clean. So it's like a big continuous movement. That right there was 5 reps per arm. Each one, I'm gonna bump up to a 20. And I'm gonna do this with a 20 now, 5 reps per arm here. Last one. That's 2. 3. 4. 5, and then you switch. 1. 2. Shit. 3. 4. 5. So yeah, long cycle snatch, heavier bell. That's a good way to train your grip endurance. You can even do laddered sets. So like 1 through 5, because at that rate, that's, 15 clean and jerk per arm, but also 15 snatch. So you're essentially doing 30 reps per arm. So a 60 rep set, you do that for 5 sets. Yeah, I could see that being like with a heavy enough weight, like with a 24, 28, 30, 32, heavier weight like that, that's a hell of a workout. And with a lighter weight, like so let's say 16 through 20, could be a nice finisher. Could be a nice recovery session. Yeah, and I feel like the real utility of that combination is a single bell, and you're going to be training your grip endurance because it works really well for that. The problem with double bell, it's a 10 rep set. You could count it as a 15 rep set because of the clean. So typically, real quick, how I count that, right, is with a single bell long cycle. I tend to count it as just one lift because the overall stress is pretty low. But with doubles, I will count the clean as a lift. So it's like, let's say I do 240 reps of clean and jerk doubles. That's 8 reps a minute. Really, it's 480 total reps. Because I feel like with the second bell, it's enough of a weight increase that it kind of counts. That knee is getting better too. I've laid off the jerks for the past week, and I've really just trained the snatch, and the knee has felt a lot better. So that's how I count that. If I'm doing doubles, both lifts count. I'm just putting them together. If it's single, I'll count it as one lift because the stress is pretty low. But yeah, I feel like the utility of doing them together like that, the longcycle+Snatch, is in single bell and using a moderate to heavy weight to train your grip endurance. That's a good one for that. With the double, it is tough. It's a tough combination to get through. But I had pretty good sustain there for 20 minutes. And then really the grip started to go. So I took like 2 minutes off. Then I did some single shit that you've seen there. If you are in an area where you're not afraid to drop your bells or lose the grip on your bells and fling the bell out behind you, go for it. But because I train in my apartment here, I'm not too interested in potentially launching a bell and breaking something like the cabinet or the oven or the floor, you know, I'm just not, or wall potentially. I'm not really interested. So when my grip starts to go on these, I'm usually done, or I'll switch to something where the grip isn't taxed as much. As far as what's more difficult, that was roughly equivalent to doing the double 24 kilo snatch, I feel like, because it hit the grip harder. Maybe cardiovascularly speaking, it was a little more intense than the double 24 kilo snatch I did the other day. But compared to doing 10 reps of snatches straight through, or 12 reps of snatch, I know what it was. Last week I did 13 reps, and then I did 12 reps for 10 minutes. So I did 250 reps of snatch last week in 20 minutes. And that was way harder than what I did here. I felt like I was going to die on that one. When I did double 24 kilo, or double 18 kilo long cycle for 10 reps a minute for 20 minutes, that was really, really hard. I felt like I was going to kill over on that. So yeah, it's good, but it's not as good as those ones. The difficulty is equivalent to about 30 minutes of the snatch jerk for the same amount of, like, 5 reps. Like I said before, the clean, from a cardio standpoint, the clean doesn't add a lot to the long cycle. The difficulty of the long cycle is from the jerk. And when you do double jerk for equivalent reps, it's just as hard as doing long cycle. The clean really gives you kind of a break from the long cycle. So doing the clean and jerk and then the snatch doesn't add a whole lot besides forearm and grip fatigue. Okay? That's my experience with that. So I would train at single bell, and I'm going to, I think, at least once a week with a single bell, either as a finisher or as like its own thing to really stress the grip and forearm endurance, because that will have carryover to double long cycle and double snatch, because it's just a lot more fatigue buildup, because your grip doesn't really care. Like, it doesn't matter if it's one or two arm, right? If you're just doing a single bell, the arm that's being worked is what's taxed. So adding a second bell doesn't tax your grip anymore, but what it does do is it hits your cardio more. So then you can't train the grip as effectively. But if you're training that lift double, it's not as hard as pushing the reps on the long cycle or the snatch by itself. You know what I mean? Because that clean kind of gives you a nice, it breaks it up. It makes it a little easier. Yeah. So doing that with a single bell is going to be more productive for the purposes of building up your grip endurance. And that's why I test these dumb lifts that most people wouldn't consider, because then you find out things like that, and it gives you something else to play around with. So now I have a nice single kettlebell session I can do that is going to be more beneficial for my goal of conditioning than, say, a typical swing, clean, press, squat routine, but it's also going to challenge my grip more than those. So that's good shit. I need some more water. I'm still recording because I'm not entirely sure that I'm done. Because, like I said, from my typical sessions, that really wasn't that bad. It's just I felt like I was going to drop the belt. So here's a 20. And I think I'm going to do a ladder round of that. So I'm going to go up the ladder and then down the ladder. That's what I think I'm going to do. Okay? One. Up the ladder. Don't half it. One. One. Two. Two. Three. If you want, you can even, I'll demonstrate on the next round. Two. And I am aware I did a half snatch on that second rep, but that's fine, because if you want to make it even harder on the grip, you can do that. And really two. Four. One. Two. Three. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. If you're going to do it this way, it's important to slow it down so you keep the steps correctly. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I like that. That's a nice flow. So instead of lowering the weight that you just jerked overhead, instead of pulling it down, just drop it like a snatch. What that does, gives you another backswing, puts more tension on the grip and the forearm. Then you can utilize that combination to what I feel is its most effective use, which is training your grip endurance. If you want to train for conditioning, high rep double snatch per minute, double half snatch that is, or long cycle is better than putting the two lifts together and doing, say, 3 to 5 reps of each every minute on the minute. And it's better because you're going to be able to test your conditioning more and not so much your grip. Okay? So if you want to challenge the grip and the grip endurance, do that flow with a heavier weight, moderate to heavy weight. So I would say for me, the 20, not that big of a deal for my grip strength overall, but the 24 would probably be kind of tough. Yeah. That's a neat little thing there. All right, peace.